Hi, I'm Crispy from Octopus Connection, and I'm here with a watercolor tutorial for you that is fun and easy. Let's dive in. And I am super proud to share that this tutorial was featured on the Peggy Dean blog. I will link that up below in case you'd like to take a look at it. Let's learn how to create watercolor note cards. They're beautiful, useful, and very easy to make, and they're such a lovely way to spruce up a gift or send a note to someone special. The handmade aspect adds loads of charm, and you'll be able to impress your friends and family for sure. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create abstract watercolor note cards. So if you aren't comfortable drawing, you can still make something beautiful since there's no wrong way to do it. Let me show you how. First, you're going to need watercolor paper note cards. I'm using Strathmore watercolor cards size 3.5 by 4 7/8, which come with envelopes. This one is in cold press paper because I love that bumpy paper texture, but you can also get hot press, which is more smooth. You'll need watercolor paints and a palette to mix them. Then you'll need a color palette. I'm using 5 colors, which keeps it simple. You'll need a watercolor round brush, medium sized. Mine is size 7, but there's really no international standard. But just to clarify, the bristles of my brush are about 1 1/8 inches long. You'll need rags or paper towels to clean your brush or to sop up messes. And you'll need a jar or a cup of water to rinse your brush. So step 1 is going to be setting up. You'll want to place the cards you'll be painting on the table in front of you with your paints, water cup, and your brush at arm's reach. Either if you're right-handed, you'll want it on the right side. If you're left-handed, you'll want it on the left side. And then on the opposite side, I place my towels. Next, you're going to want to choose your color palette. First, you'll need to decide what colors you want to use for this project. If you're not sure how to create a good color palette, there are tons of them on Pinterest, and Peggy has quite a few of them as well. I also create them, and I have a Pinterest board loaded with color palettes from all over. Feel free to browse these and choose one. I'm using an earthy color palette consisting of light orange, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, gray, and a light blue-gray that I'll show you how I mix. Next, we'll make the first brush stroke. Choose the lightest color in your color palette and paint a thick squiggle in the center of each of the note cards. I'm using my light blue-gray. I'll try to make the strokes similar, but I don't make them identical. This just adds to the charm factor. They also don't have to be neat or tidy. Be spontaneous and don't worry about it looking a certain way. Your brush strokes will look different than mine, and they're supposed to. When you're done, let this layer dry. As a note, along the painting process, I'll be leaving an approximate 1/4 inch space around the edges. I'm not being too precious about this because I love that organic look, but if you'd like it more neat and tidy, you can place some washi tape or masking tape evenly along the borders to get a really clean look, or you can paint all the way to the edges. Then, when that layer dries, choose the next color and paint an uneven bar across the top of each note card. I'm making my edges rough so you can see the brush stroke marks. I love that look, and I think it's a great way to embellish your piece. I'm using my light watery orange for this layer. Using the third color, paint a rough-shaped triangle in the lower right-hand corner of each card. Use the same style of irregular brush stroke you've been using, but you don't have to wait for the other previous stroke to dry since this one won't be close enough for the colors to run together. I used my yellow ochre this time. As a note, I'm not covering up any of the previous colors, but painting around them. This will allow your shapes to look organic and not too planned. time to paint with the fourth color. I'm going to paint along the left side of each card, and I'm using my gray. When that's dry, I'll fill in the remainder of the spaces, which aren't too many left, with the final color, which in my case will be the burnt sienna. When I'm all done, I'm going to let this dry. Now that the entire space is painted in on each card, paint another layer of each of these colors to add texture and interest. This second layer will add that layer of beautiful watercolor texture that everyone strives for, and it keeps the eye moving around the painting, which is what you want. Sometimes I even paint a third layer if I want more depth, but this is optional. When you're done painting, let it dry. Now stand back and look at what you've made. Beautiful, right? Now they're ready to send to someone special. If you'd like the free Abstract Watercolor Layers Blueprint PDF, click the link in the description below. I really hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time for another one.